It's the middle of the year, or not even that, because it's almost August, so only 5 months left till the year is over. Till 2024 is over. Can you believe it? Like, in my head, January was yesterday. So, what? A few days ago, I was journaling. This is my journal, and I was journaling about mid-year reflections. So I thought of sharing some of what I wrote and reflected about, hoping that you could also maybe reflect about your year, the months that have passed, all this time that is gone now. It sounds so dramatic. So a friendly reminder before we start, it's okay if you have not achieved all the goals that you set for yourself. It's okay if your goals have changed. And that's why I think it's very important to take a moment to reflect on the past 6 months, 7 months now, to take a step back and see from another perspective everything that has happened, and from there take actions, make changes. I started my journaling session with 4 main questions: what was working, what didn't work, what brought energy, and what drained energy. Now these 4 questions, I got them from Moya, one of her recent videos, and I really like the reflections that she encourages us to do. Now I think the important thing here is to be completely honest, be completely transparent with yourself, because you're doing this for yourself. So in my case, what was working was when I was being super organized with everything, every single aspect of my life. Not like strictly organized, but when I had a notion. I'm sorry, that was not funny. Because it allowed me to plan my day, and actually when I used to stick to my plan, then everything turned out well. What didn't work was not thinking logically, plus letting my emotions rule my actions. So I started with these 4 questions in a general way, but then I started to break down section by section, but we're going to go through that later. So something I noticed about myself is that I'm very emotional, and unfortunately I let my emotions get in the way, even more when I'm making a big decision. Instead of sitting down to reflect, I'd only listen to my fears, which stopped me from doing a lot of the things that I wanted to do. Also, not considering actual facts that prove what I felt. Now this is a quick tip: be aware of your emotions. Emotions are something beautiful, all of them are important. What happened to me is that I would always let my emotions rule me and control me, even if I didn't have logical facts or like actual facts that prove that what I was feeling was the absolute truth. So whenever I had to make a decision, I was always thinking about the worst case scenarios, and that came from fear. Now the other 2 questions, what brought energy and what drained energy, I think this is important because you can then know what to stop doing, what was affecting you. In my case, I literally wrote it, like listening to my fears, being scared of worst case scenarios that were not even happening, overthinking, overanalyzing, overworrying, trying to be perfect, unsupportive people. I want to talk a bit about unsupportive people. Sometimes you don't really put yourself first. If you have friends that are not supporting you, what you want to do, your dreams, your goals, whatever it is that you're doing, then those are not true friends. Why would you want to be surrounded by them? If they drained my energy, I don't want to spend my energy on that. And of course, what brought energy is very important, because you can then analyze what made you happy, the little things that brought you joy and stuff like that. So you can add more of that into your routine, into your daily life. I wrote making videos, meeting and talking to new people, morning walks. Now with those questions, I think you can really choose and decide what you want to focus on for the remaining 5 months and make the most out of them. And of course, I don't mean like you have to, I don't know, achieve this big goal in 5 months or something like that. Like, I really think that self-improvement has turned into something very tricky. I'm a firm believer that you don't always have to be improving yourself. From here, I broke each one of the points down like into smaller topics. I reflected about my Korean learning, my content creation, my job hunting process, and fitness, and my relationship. Just to give you examples, I just started writing how was my content creation when I was doing my best, and when I was doing, I don't want to say my worst, but basically that, the reminders that I wanted to add, things to keep, things to change, and how did I feel while doing it. Finally, a question: do I want to continue doing this and putting in the effort? The reason why I added this question at the very end is because sometimes I feel like we're living very fast-paced, and we never stop to reflect and analyze if we actually want to keep doing the things that we're doing. What's the next? Like, what am I going to do now that I've realized that some of the things were not working? Then what am I changing? That's basically how I did my mid-year reflection. Lastly, I just wanted to mention that picture that's around on social media, the one that says like everything from January to July it's lessons learned, and from August to December it's opportunities. I really love that image because it really makes you feel calm in a way. You're aware that everything that has happened in the past is just lessons, and from here it's all about opportunities. What you're gonna change, if you're gonna change anything, taking action on the things that didn't work, and continuing or keeping up with the things that worked. I feel really good even if I have not achieved the goals that I set for myself in January, because I've achieved all the goals that I didn't even add them to my list of goals that I want to achieve in 2024. Let me know if you do this reflection. I hope you have a very nice weekend. Bye.